villages, humanity has left its mark on every corner of the globe. But what happens when we leave these places behind, when the echoes of life fade and nature reclaims its dominion? Join me, Ayan, as we embark on a journey to some of the world's most fascinating forgotten cities. These are not just abandoned places, they are capsules of time, each holding stories of triumph, tragedy, and the inexorable passage of time. Deep in the Namib Desert, a spectral presence rises from the sands. This is Kolmanskop, once a beacon of wealth and ambition. In the early 20th century, diamonds were discovered here, attracting fortune seekers from across the globe. They built a town in the image of their European homes, complete with a grand ballroom, a hospital, and even a theatre. Kolmanskop was a testament to human endeavor, a shimmering mirage of civilization in a harsh and unforgiving landscape. But the desert is a patient mistress, and as the diamond supply dwindled, so too did the town's fortunes. Now, the desert winds whistle through shattered windows, and sand dunes creep through doorways, slowly burying the town beneath a sea of golden grains. High on an Anatolian hillside overlooking the turquoise waters of the Aegean Sea lies Kayakoi, a village suspended in time. Once a vibrant community of Greek Orthodox Christians, Kayakoy's story took a tragic turn during the population exchange between Greece and Turkey in 1923. Almost overnight, the village was emptied, its inhabitants forced to leave behind their homes and livelihoods. Today, over 500 stone houses stand empty, their doors creaking open like mouths frozen in mid-sentence. Vines snake through windows, their emerald tendrils reaching into the empty rooms as if trying to reclaim what was lost. Kayakoi is more than just an abandoned village. It's a poignant symbol of displacement and loss, a place where the past is not forgotten but preserved in the very stones and silence. Perched precariously atop a craggy cliff in southern Italy, the medieval town of Krakow cuts a dramatic silhouette against the sky. Its crumbling towers and deserted streets seem to whisper tales of a turbulent past, marked by natural disasters and human resilience. For centuries, life in Krakow followed the rhythms of the seasons, its inhabitants eking out a living from the land. But the very earth that sustained them would also prove to be their undoing. A series of devastating earthquakes and landslides in the 20th century rendered the town uninhabitable, forcing its residents to flee their ancestral homes. The streets, once bustling with life, are now overgrown with weeds, and the only inhabitants are the ghosts of the past. Yet even in its desolation, Krakow possesses a strange beauty. Chapter 4: Varosha, the Forbidden City. On the sun-drenched shores of Cyprus lies a ghost town unlike any other, Varosha. Once a glittering jewel of the Mediterranean, a playground for the rich and famous, Varosha's fate took a dramatic turn in the tumultuous summer of 1974. When the island was divided, Varosha, caught in the crossfire, was abruptly abandoned, its inhabitants fleeing with little more than the clothes on their backs. Today, the city remains frozen in time, a poignant reminder of a conflict that tore a nation apart. Fenced off and patrolled by armed guards, Varosha stands as a forbidden city, its once grand hotels and bustling streets slowly crumbling under the relentless gaze of the sun. Chapter 5: Beichuan, a memorial in ruins. Nestled amidst the towering mountains of Sichuan province in China lies Beichuan, a town forever scarred by tragedy. In 2008, a devastating earthquake ripped through the region, reducing much of Beichuan to rubble. The earthquake claimed the lives of thousands, leaving behind a landscape of unimaginable destruction and heartbreak. Rather than rebuild, the Chinese government decided to preserve Beichuan as a poignant memorial to those lost in the disaster. Today, the town stands as a haunting reminder of the power of nature and the fragility of life. Buildings lie in ruins, their walls cracked and tilted at impossible angles, frozen in the moment of their destruction. Chapter 6: Oradour-sur-Glane, frozen by horror. In the heart of rural France lies the village of Oradour-sur-Glane, frozen in a state of perpetual mourning. On a summer day in 1944, this peaceful village was transformed into a scene of unimaginable horror when Nazi troops descended upon it, committing an act of unspeakable barbarity. Over 600 men, women and children were brutally murdered, their lives extinguished in a single afternoon of terror. The village, scarred by fire and bullets, stands as a silent testament to the horrors of war and the enduring legacy of hatred. Rather than rebuild, the French government declared Oradour-sur-Glane a national memorial, preserving the village in its state of ruin as a chilling reminder of the consequences of intolerance and violence. Walking through the deserted streets, one is struck by the eerie silence, broken only by the wind whistling through the bullet-riddled walls and the rustle of leaves underfoot. Deep within the Arctic Circle, on the remote island of Spitsbergen, lies Pyramiden, a ghost town like no other. Built by the Soviet Union in the 1920s as a model coal mining town, Pyramiden was once a thriving community, home to thousands of miners and their families. But in 1998, the mine was abruptly closed and the town was abandoned, its inhabitants leaving behind a treasure trove of Soviet-era artifacts. Today, Pyramiden stands frozen in time, a perfectly preserved relic of a bygone era. Lenin still stands watch over the main square, his gaze fixed on a future that never came. Inside the apartments, furniture sits gathering dust, books lie open on tables and plates remain stacked on shelves, as if the occupants had simply stepped out for a moment and never returned. The silence is deafening, broken only by the wind howling across the tundra and the occasional crunch of snow underfoot. Rising from the sea like a concrete behemoth, Hashima Island, also known as Gunkanjima or Battleship Island, stands as a stark reminder of Japan's industrial past. This tiny island, once one of the most densely populated places on Earth, was a hive of activity, its inhabitants toiling tirelessly in the undersea coal mines that fueled Japan's economic engine. For over 5 decades, Hashima Island pulsed with life, its towering concrete apartment blocks housing thousands of miners and their families, but as Japan shifted away from coal, Hashima's fate was sealed. The mines closed in 1974 and almost overnight the island was abandoned, its inhabitants forced to leave behind their homes and livelihoods. Today, Hashima Island is a ghost town, reclaimed by the sea. Concrete buildings crumble under the relentless assault of wind and salt spray, their skeletal frames silhouetted against the sky. At the southernmost tip of India, where the Bay of Bengal meets the Indian Ocean, lies Dhanushkodi, a town forever marked by tragedy. Once a bustling port city connecting India to Sri Lanka, Dhanushkodi met its fate on a fateful night in 1964 when a monstrous cyclone tore through the region, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. The cyclone, one of the deadliest in recorded history, claimed the lives of thousands and wiped Dhanushkodi off the map. Today, all that remains are crumbling ruins, scattered like broken toys across the windswept landscape. The railway station, once a bustling hub of activity, now stands derelict, its tracks twisted and broken, swallowed by sand. Temples, their sanctums exposed to the elements, stand as skeletal reminders of a bygone era. Off the coast of China, on the island of Shengshan, lies a village unlike any other, Hutuan. Once a thriving fishing community, Hutuan's fate took an unexpected turn as its inhabitants, seeking better opportunities elsewhere, gradually abandoned their homes. But rather than fall into ruin, Hutuan has been reclaimed by nature in a most spectacular way. Today the village is a verdant tapestry of green, its buildings swallowed by a relentless tide of vines and creepers. Stone houses, once home to families of fishermen, are now adorned with emerald cloaks, their windows peeking out from beneath a curtain of leaves. The paths, once trod by generations of villagers, have vanished beneath a carpet of moss, leading the visitor on a whimsical journey through a forgotten world. As we've seen, these abandoned cities are not merely ruins, but poignant reminders of the ebb and flow of life, of civilizations lost and reclaimed by the relentless march of time. They are testaments to human ambition, resilience, and the enduring power of nature. For within the silence of these abandoned streets and the crumbling walls of these forgotten cities, we find echoes of our own humanity, whispers of lives lived and lost, and a profound sense of wonder at the mysteries of the world we inhabit.